Hey everyone, Dekzeh here, back with another narration for the CALLOUS Invitational. This is a match between Mikmer and UD. It's a losers bracket, right? Yeah, if I remember correctly, Mikmer lost to Sowind and UD lost to Markup. So whoever loses here is out of the tournament. And let's just jump right into the match. This is game one. Narrated for Mikmer, Red Eyes for UD. That's already pretty weird, right? I wonder if it's like a speedy superpower Regice. But like even then you can't risk just being slower and just dying because even max speed you're still slower than some Tyranitar. Very weird lead. I guess like kinda expecting the Zapdos lead. I guess it also has good matchup against Salamence. It's only really bad against Tyranitar. It's just not a very common Pokemon to see. But like interesting pick. I like it on the lead slot more than the back though, because Regis can't switch repeatedly into Zapdos and stuff. Just see Rock Slide from Tyranitar onto the Swampert. Mikmer with the more traditional stuff. Nice double by UD, getting the Skarmory Spike on an obvious switch out. Gets Fire Blasted though. Yeah, I wonder if you protect here. Just get some free leftovers. The Magneton is very unlikely. And yeah, it would have covered that switch. The protect there was very free. Like, after Blissey showed Fire Blast, you don't really expect Magneton in the back. And just getting free leftovers on the Skarmory would be really good, and he covered the switch there. So I would have liked to see a protect, but maybe he doesn't even have it. As we see a taunt from Mikmer, and it's faster, alright. So bad position for UD, goes Regice on Skarmory, that's not a good switch in. You'd like barely to hit kill and you can get toxic. Mikmer just goes Blissey though, and UD calls the switch and goes Breloom. Just from looking at the first three Pokemon for Mikmer here, Breloom seems like a gigantic threat, right? At this moment I'm thinking big 5 plus something else, maybe just the classic big 6. But yeah, usually very soft to Breloom. As we see, the Skarmory gets spared, so there's probably a Gengar in the back, I would expect it. So I wouldn't Focus Punch here. As UD shows Leech Seed, not very common on Breloom, but kinda gaining popularity. Makes pursuing it much easier. As you see, Focus Punch Gengar on a Protect. So this is Leech Seed Protect Spore, I'm guessing Sky Uppercut or Brick Break, and a Focus Punching Gengar. This goes for it again on a Swampert. I guess if you see Focus Punch, it's not very likely to have Giga Drain. Focus Punch is just wild. It's just not commonly seen at all. But it's pretty good, like with Spikes you can catch Blissays, you obviously catch Tyranitar which in trying to pursue you. Nice double by UD, getting Breloom back in again, and Leech Seeds the Swampert. Hasn't shown the last move yet, and like that Blissey show Fire Blast. So if Mikmer thinks this is like a Focus Punch last move Breloom, he could just stay in. But I don't think he would run Mono Focus Punch with like, I don't know, not even Sub or anything. See Will-O-Wisp from Gengar, so we show Focus Punch and Will-O-Wisp. Probably has Explosion, right? You would expect Explosion. And then maybe one special move. Try to get the Will-O-Wisp on the switch. UD doesn't respect the possibility of a threatening move. And Skarmory is burned. As we see a Focus Punch. Yeah, UD is like happy to let Skarmory go here, I feel like. But Mikmer's last could very well just be a Starmie. It probably is a Starmie. And I don't think UD could prevent the spin. It's something. Oh, big crit Ice Beam there. Blissey just dies, but Blissey is actually faster here, so he gets your soft boiled up. And we see Breloom come back in. Like, do we see a Sky Uppercut here or Brick Break? There's no way it's just Focus Punch, right? Leech Seeds. Very conservative by Mikmer, and like nice call by UD by not revealing the final move. I don't think it would be Focus Punch, so it makes sense. And he heals up Regice a little bit. Blissey takes Spikes damage, nice double to Breloom. Yeah, Breloom is the biggest threat here. The thing is, it's kinda hard for Tyranitar to pursue the Gengar here, but Lead seed is weirdly very good right now. What does the Ginger go to here? Will-O-Wisp gets the burn on the Brillion. That's like kinda bad for UD, but I don't think he's in a bad position at all. Although, like, if Mikmer's last is in fact Starmie, it could be really bad. As far as UD goes, actually maybe his last is a Gengar. Sorry, my voice a little bit gone there. Big crit kills a Tyranitar. Again, sorry about that. Yeah, maybe this last is just a Gengar, right? And then he could sacrifice to prevent a sprint. Mikmer doesn't reveal the Starmie though. Like, he could just go Starmie on the Brilliant at any time, right? We see another Leech Seeds, and yeah, Brilliant just kind of still annoying here. Because it's gonna get chip damage on the Swampert, and we do see a Gengar from UD. I think I missed like some big turns there where the Brilliant Sky Uppercut killed the Blissey. But yeah, like kinda huge. Confuse Ray Gengar. UD, what the fuck are you doing? Like, from all of the stuff that Gengar can use, Confuse Ray, really? I mean, like, it worked here, the Swampert hit itself in confusion. But like, really? I wonder what's the rest of the set. It does have Giga Drain, so I mean, I guess Confuse Ray is like kinda there to prevent recovery from Blissey sometimes. I don't even know. And just Thunderbolt, kill the Starmie, take the Surf, it's not Psychic. I think it's just over, right? Like, Regice should clean up from here. I guess it's pretty low. What else? I mean, what's the Gengar's last move here? It's Giga or Thunderbolt, right? Probably Thunderbolt, but could be Giga. It's Giga Drain. Alright. I think this means Regice just tanks the hit here. Or Tyranitar. Sure, Tyranitar also works. See Will-O-Wisp. It's a Dragon Dance. It just goes for the attack. I mean, I don't think Skarmory could ever win here. But that Regice is kinda low, so maybe. But you won't have both Toxic and Dropback, right? So I think it's just over. Yeah, it's the YOLO Skarm, I guess. Maybe if it, like... Nah, there was no way. Yeah, UD wins this one. Very cool team. The Regice lead didn't do that much. Although, I guess, like, it pressured Blissey to come in and take Spike's damage and allow the doubles to Brilliant. And Brilliant was kind of like the way to break through everything here. Cool Brilliant set. Confused Ray Gengar though, not feeling it. But overall a cool team by UD here. And I think a pretty deserved win. We see like very creative stuff from UD and just like standard Pokemons but with a Focus Punch Gengar pretty much. And like Fire Blast Blissey, I guess. Cool game though, cool game. So with the lead to UD, let's jump into game 2. Again, Mikmer in the bottom, UD at the top. Zapdos lead and Snorlax lead, more normal leads there. We see Baton Pass from Zapdos, let's just go through. Gengar on the Sellout. That was a ballsy self-destruct, so I imagine this is just physical offense from UD. There's a Pursuit Metagross, so kinda getting mixed feeling there. Nice HP Fire on the switch. Doesn't do that much damage though. Oh, and a Fire Punch crit, yeah. This looks really bad really fast for UD. He's 2 Pokemons down and he only did like 40% combined damage. And you go to Calm Mind Celebi on a Jirachi. Not ideal. I mean, the Celebi is faster and it has Hidden Power Fire. So it's gonna win this 1v1. Jirachi doesn't get a burn, doesn't get a crit, so Celebi should win this 1v1. Oh, over prediction by UD there. And he gets the burn, so really big punish. HP Fire would have killed, depending on rolls, of course. I imagine there's a Day 3 follow-up. Yep, there he is. So UD looks like some very, yeah, Heracross, like very offensive stuff, very momentum based. We see Swords Dance and a Drew Pack Zapdos. So from bad to worse to UD. I don't like calling it early, but I think this game is pretty over. If you go hard Suicune there, you gotta expect it has Ice Beam, and we do see Ice Beam, yeah. I can't imagine... I mean, I was gonna say I can't imagine a comeback, but if there's a Pokemon that could do it, Suicune is often one to do it. But between Gengar, Zapdos, Dugtrio, Explosions... Yeah, it's just not gonna happen, right? And Zapdos just kills here. Alright, very uneventful game 2. Like, from turn 1, exploding on a Gengar, kinda bad, then the Metagross got crit before it could do much. Didn't get the prediction calls right on Pursuit against Gengar. And yeah, just from bad to worse. I guess he tried to Giga Drain the Dugtrio switch in with Celebi, which was like a very aggressive play, and I think he kinda had to go for it. He was so far behind that at that point you kinda have to hope that Mikmer throws. But I don't think Mikmer would ever risk the Dugtrio like that. Very fast, very dominating game by Mikmer, and we're gonna say game 3, so I guess everyone's happy. Alright, again, Mikmer bottom, UD on the top, we see the Tyranitar lead, mirror. Which one has the fastest one, which one has Brick Break, which one has Protect. We see Protect, so... and we see Brick Break. So I imagine Mikmer switches out here. Oh, double to Magneton, I like that. Didn't really work out. Like, okay, you may think this worked out, but Magneton on Suicune, it's not, like, great, right? You can't ever Thunderbolt in this position just because the trio exists. And at the same time, you just switch out into what? You're just, like, switching out blind. I guess if the Magneton has sub, you could go for that, but that's not very common. We see a Snorlax switch in and a double to Jirachi. Yeah. And Fortress on the Earthquake. I'm trying to think if there's a Dugtrio here on Mikmer's thing. I don't think so. So Magneton looks like a little annoying. If Jirachi is the best switch in he can have, it's not great. I like the Vaporeon though. I don't like it as much if it's just defensive Vaporeon, which it seems to be. I was gonna say like sub-pass Vaporeon is in a really good position right now with all the Suicune running around. Suicune is so popular and Vaporeon just abuses that. But it seems to be just a defensive Wish Protect variation. You see a Fire Punch on Snorlax, so just like regular defensive Jirachi. And we see Moltres switching on Earthquake. I mean, he's gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp Spear, and this Snorlax very likely doesn't have rest. It just explodes, and it doesn't get a Gengar this time. So UD has the early advantage here, and the Magneton looking kinda annoying. We see no leftovers. It has Brick Break and Earthquake, so I wonder if that's like a Choice Band Tyranitar with Brick Break. It could be, it probably is. I guess he gave up on Focus Punch for Brick Break for the lead matchup. Nice Protect on the Magneton against Aerodactyl. Gets the Para on Jirachi. So that Magneton is like more and more of a threat as time goes by. Oh. Yeah, Choice Band Tyranitar against Protect Jirachi, not the greatest matchup. I guess you did try to call Mikmer on not going for the Protect because he's paralyzed there. But I think you just go for the Earthquake there. And if he gets Parried, he dies. I don't know. We see Vaporeon, like, and again, just imagine how good this Vaporeon would be if it was like a sub-baton pass. Because it's good for the Jirachi, Body Slam doesn't break, it's amazing for the Kun. I think sub-pass Vaporeon is in a really good position in the metagame right now, and it's still very underused. So I'm kinda disappointed that this is just a defensive Vaporeon. But yeah, it's passing wishes around, it passed the wish to the Tyranitar. Probably the Aerodactyl coming in here, so good double to Magneton. And it's just Aerodactyl. Just Protect here. Yeah, I mean, maybe the Magneton is not as good as I expect, because it doesn't do that much damage to the Jirachi. And the Vaporeon being on a timer, it's kinda scary here. Because it kinda needed to pass wishes around. So looking at UD's team here, I imagine there's like a Salamence in the back. And other than that, probably a Rock Resist. It has to be like Metagross or Swampert, right? Oh, nice switch to Tyranitar on a Choice Banded Earthquake. But the Suicune is such a huge threat right now. We see a Rock Slide from the Tyranitar just trying to get damage on the Suicune. Just because the Vaporeon is toxic, the Suicune is a huge threat. Nice flinch on the Rock Slide, but Mikmer has the safe Jirachi switch in, but he stays in Ghost Protect, and good call by UD on switching out. Vaporeon is faster, he gains leftovers first, so he just kills the Tyranitar. Mikmer doesn't go for the Under Protect. This Aerodactyl is like increasingly more of a threat as time goes by. We see a Protect Vaporeon, an Earthquake. I'm thinking Mikmer is kinda expecting a Metagross. As we see Tyranitar Sack. Why, don't you have a Salamence in the back? You definitely do. Oh, we see a Swampert. Maybe there's no Salamence? Swampert not getting leftovers and shows sub now, so it's obvious Endeavor. I don't know, this way of playing this kinda confusing me. I guess like you don't wanna go Salamence, if it is a Salamence. I think it is though, it has to be. When Suicune is so healthy. And Suicune has Roar, so it doesn't have Ice Beam though. Very unlikely to have Ice Beam here. So Salamence looking like a big threat. I think I would just have pushed through damage there with Salamence, right? But Magneton here, gonna get some big Thunderbolt damage. If it crits ever, Jirachi dies. If it gets full parried, Jirachi dies. But we see a Wish. Does it get full parried here? It does not. Wow, really close game here. Really close game here. UD could have just won the game there if Jirachi got full parried or similars. But there's still their deck 2 on the back. And yeah, the Jirachi doesn't want to get full parried. It just keeps getting the moves off and gets a Fire Punch. Nearly kills. Jirachi is still not getting full paralyzed. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call UD unlucky here, but it's kinda unlucky. No crits either, no nothing. Jirachi is still never getting full parried, like it's not paralyzed. Oh, and finally a crit, but it might be too late. Like, Rock Slide kinda cleans up here, right? So this Swampert in range after spikes. Oh, just go Salamence. You're trying to Dragon Dance and win. I gotta sacrifice Swampert here. Oh, we got crit anyway. What I was thinking was sacrifice Swampert there. Go back to Salamence, Dragon Dance up. And if Mikmer happens to go Suicune, you have Swampert against Suicune. But then again, like if I assume you did Dragon Dance here, right? You don't get crit, you don't get flinched, which is a big ask. You Dragon Dance up, you kill the Aerodactyl, assuming you hit the Rock Slide. Suicune's at 54. I wonder, HP flying at +1 would put Suicune into Torrent Hydro Pump range. So I think this Rock Slide crit here just decided the game, actually. I mean, like, Mikmer's out was a crit or a flinch, and it's an Aerodactyl. So, you know, it just happens, but I think that just decided the game. We see a Rock Slide and gets a flinch on top of it. So just your classic Aerodactyl endgame. A nice safe play by Mikmer sacrificing the Suicune there, because Aerodactyl can just come in and outspeed with a 100% accurate move. But yeah. Wow, really unfortunate there. I think UD had the game won, bearing luck on that end game there. I don't know, because actually... Well, the thing is, Mikmer stayed in a Rock Slide, right? And after he stayed in a Rock Slide, I think UD just won if he doesn't get lucked. But maybe UD was worried about a Suicune switching on a Dragon Dance and then Suicune could roar. And then, yeah, I don't know. Like, that endgame was so close, I think UD got fucked. I think he got super unlucky with the Magneton sequence on Jirachi for a long time. And, yeah, if the Magneton... like, got a little bit luckier, he would have been fine, and then that endgame just absolutely brutal. But that's it, UD says goodbye to the tournament in very unfortunate circumstances. But it's what they say, when there's an Aerodactyl, there's a way, and a crit or a flinch always bails you out. I like the teams by UD, and it's kind of sad that it has to go, but like, props to Mikmer, right? He got lucky this game, but overall, like, absolutely dominating game 2, and game 1 was just what it was. UD won, and it was a fair game. But yeah, that will be it for me today. I'll be back with other narrations in the future.